It was a cold November night when Rachel's car broke down on a desolate road, surrounded by dense, creeping fog. The GPS had long stopped working, leaving her alone with nothing but the oppressive silence of the countryside. The nearest sign of life was an old, crumbling house, just barely visible through the haze. With no other choice, she grabbed her flashlight and headed toward it. The house looked abandoned, its windows shattered and vines snaking up the walls. Yet, as Rachel approached, she swore she saw a light flickering inside. Her instinct screamed to turn back, but curiosity, or desperation, pushed her forward. She knocked on the heavy wooden door, and it creaked open, seemingly by itself. "Hello?" Rachel's voice echoed in the emptiness. No answer. She stepped inside, her flashlight sweeping across faded wallpaper and broken furniture. The air was damp, heavy with the scent of decay. Then she heard it, a faint whisper. "Leave. While you can." Rachel froze, her heart pounding. "Who's there?" she called, spinning around, but no one was there. The whisper came again, this time louder. It sounded like it was coming from upstairs. Against all logic, she climbed the creaking staircase, the whisper growing clearer with each step. "Leave. You're not safe," it warned. At the top of the stairs, a door slammed shut behind her, plunging her into darkness. Her flashlight flickered, and for a brief moment, she saw them, pale faces, with hollow eyes staring at her from the shadows. Panicked, she bolted back down the stairs, but the layout of the house seemed to have changed. Hallways stretched endlessly, twisting and turning into a maze. The whispers became a cacophony of voices, all warning her to leave, but there was no escape. She stumbled into a room and slammed the door shut behind her. The room was empty, except for a dusty mirror hanging on the wall. In the reflection, Rachel didn't see herself. Instead, she saw a version of the room, filled with people, no, things. Their distorted faces grinned at her, mouths stretching unnaturally wide. One by one, they turned their heads to look at her, though they remained confined to the mirror. Rachel backed away, trembling. Then, the reflection's door opened, and the creatures began to crawl out. She screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the fog that had now seeped into the house. The last thing she saw was her own horrified face, reflected in their black, empty eyes. The next morning, her car was found on the side of the road, keys still in the ignition. Rachel was never seen again, though locals say her voice joins the whispers that echo through the fog on cold November nights.